Hi, I'm Tammy with DecoPac. Today I'm going to show you how to make the main cake in our Vibrance wedding collection. This collection features mainly fondant dots and fondant sheets. A huge trend we're seeing these days is tall tiered cakes. Now these tiers consist of 3 layers of cake, which gives it a nice tall slender look. Our main cake consists of an 8-inch round, a 6-inch round, and a 5-inch round. Now I've pre-iced my cake before I began working on it today. Okay, our first step in creating this cake is we're going to create the flowers. Now we're going to make the petals out of white fondant sheets, and we're going to go ahead and adhere a transfer sheet over top. Now it's best to do this the day before to let them kind of mold into shape overnight. So we're going to take a clean cloth, and it's lightly damp, kind of get the fondant sheet tacky. Now we're going to place our transfer sheet with the decoration side down and the shiny side up, press it on. And then take a scraper, and you want to put some good pressure on it and just kind of rub it into the fondant. Get all the air bubbles out, go in every direction too. Now with applying this transfer sheet, it just kind of gives it a little bit of an extra element of decoration, and it gives it nice texture too. Now I'm going to go ahead and peel the sheet off the fondant, and it's just a very subtle design on my fondant sheet. Our next step is we're going to cut our petals out, and with that we're going to use a teardrop cutter. And I have the smallest one in the container, and I have about the second largest one. And a great way to apply even pressure to your cutter is to use a scraper or any kind of even a board, a cake board would work fine. And you just kind of want to push down, and we've got a perfect petal right there. There's 5 large petals and 5 small petals, and we're going to make 3 flowers. So that's a total of 15 of each size. Now a great way to mold it overnight, because obviously we want to have that nice petal look to it, is I've just created a little mold using dowel rods and a quarter sheet board. And all I do is I just put my petal and just push it in and let it dry overnight. Okay, I've let my petals mold overnight, and now they're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my petals. Okay, now I'm going to airbrush my petals and dots. And the primary colors on this cake are dark orange, medium orange, and then a golden yellow. I like to airbrush my petals on a clean cloth because that way the petal doesn't roll around or move around on you. We're going to start airbrushing our dots first, and this is just sunset orange. Now we're going to airbrush our petals. Okay, after the airbrush is dry, go ahead and flip them over and then airbrush the back side too. I've got my dark orange complete. Now I'm going to go ahead and spray my medium orange. So next I'm going to spray my golden yellow. Okay, our next step for our cake is we're going to work on the bottom ribbon, and for that we've used pre-colored orange fondant. And as you can see, I've already rolled it out in a long strip, and that's because we need a very large piece to go around the bottom of the cake. So we're going to take our rolling pin, and we're just going to roll it out to about 1/8 inch thick. Now I'm going to take a ribbon cutter, and I've already have it pre-sized with 2 of the largest fittings, and this makes a perfect cut for a ribbon. So we're just going to go ahead and wheel it down our fondant. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a really fun trick for applying ribbon. We're going to just go ahead and take the small roller, and we're just going to roll our ribbon up on the roller. And this makes it a lot easier to apply it. First thing we want to do is we want to apply a little bit of white icing so our fondant sticks. Now take your fondant and go ahead and unwind it all the way around the cake. Now I'm going to take a smoother, and I'm just going to kind of push it up against the cake. Make sure it's really adhered to it. I'm just going to brush off the extra powdered sugar that I have on my fondant. Now go ahead and just recreate the same ribbon for the top tier and the middle tier. I'm going to go ahead and work on my fondant dots that I've already airbrushed, and we're going to use the medium-sized dots, and we're going to apply them to the middle layer. So take a little bit of icing just to adhere it to the cake, and we're going to work in rows. So we're going to start with yellow at the top and work with the medium orange next, and place it directly below the yellow dot. Straight lines are very important for this cake, so you want to make sure that everything is lining up perfectly. The next color we're going to work on is we're going to apply the dark orange, and it goes right below the light orange. This is a very easy cake to customize to any bride's color scheme. And we're going to continue putting the dots on the middle layer and the bottom layer, all the way around the cake. So now we're going to do our last step, which is applying the petals. We've already got our dots on and our ribbons on. Now we have our flowers that we pre-made yesterday, and they're ready to go. So just take a petal and apply a little bit of icing to the back of it. And we're just going to adhere them on to the cake. So now I'm going to apply my smaller petals to the inside of the flower. We're going to finish it off by putting a small fondant dot in the matching color of airbrush in the center of the flower, just to kind of finish it off. Now we're going to go ahead and give it a little extra punch by adding our orange candy pearls. And I'm just going to stick them in the center of our flower. And go ahead and apply your dark orange and your medium orange to the other layers of your cake. And our Vibrance wedding cake is complete. Now I've just shown you how to make our main cake in our Vibrance wedding collection. To see our full line of wedding elegance wedding cakes, check out our website at DecoPac.com.